Welcome to Celebrity Tastemakers. I'm Lisa Mateo. From the hottest restaurants to local dives, celebrities always know where to eat, and here's your chance to join them. Come along for the ride as our guests share their favorite meal, and the chefs that make them teach you the recipe. That's all part of Celebrity Tastemakers, your reservation to food and fame. It's really an honor to be nominated, but it is much better to win. Those are the words of Daytime's leading lady, Susan Lucci. You may know her as a soap star, but she lives the life of a rock star, dreaming her dreams and making them come true. There's room in this ride for all her children, because amongst the beauty, the glamour, and the fame, Susan Lucci is one down-to-earth tastemaker. Susan Lucci.
Hi.
It is an absolute pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
Where are we going today?
Come Prima. I love everything I've ever had there,
Okay.
but my favorite is the orecchiette with broccoli rabe and sausage, both sweet and spicy.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Your memoir, All My Life, came out in 2011. What would you add to it?
Since then, I've had the wonderful experience and opportunity to do Mark Cherry's show, Devious Maids, a show that I loved, and I never thought after All My Children that I would find another group of people, but it was spectacular.
What's a day in the life of Susan Lucci when you're not working?
It's doing all the things it takes to run a home and a family, seeing my friends if I can, and you know, there's always something that must be done. I work out of my Pilates Pro chair, which many people will recognize from my time on QVC. Just before I got ready to do Dancing with the Stars, I knew I needed to take my workout to another level. Pilates Pro chair came into my life. What I love about it mostly, you can get a cardio workout at the same time.
You sang What Lola Wants, Lola Gets from Damn Yankees when you were 3 years old.
You have done your homework.
Has
singing.
Susan gotten all she wants?
Almost. I love what I do, and I feel very, very lucky to get to do it. To follow Erica Kane after All My Children was going to be a huge challenge. Mark Cherry's writing, following Agnes Nixon, incredible Agnes Nixon.
Where do you go from there?
Where do you go from there? But hopefully somewhere wonderful.
What comes to mind when you hear the name Erica Kane at this point in your life?
Excitement,
Yeah.
happiness, pride, gratitude. Many women who came from different countries around the world told me they learned to speak English watching Erica Kane. Although I wonder, do we have a nation of divas now walking around stamping their feet, throwing things, slapping men?
Okay, good. Is there a part of Susan Lucci in Erica Kane?
The determination, the love of men and clothes, shoes, the not taking no for an answer.
Ooh, okay. Your Emmy win. To hear Shamar Moore say, "The streak is over," and everybody goes crazy.
I couldn't believe the response from the fans, even when I hadn't won. I just was always amazed that anybody else even was aware. But
Right.
when the nominations would come out, I would be so thrilled to be nominated. Winning is better.
What does it represent to you?
It's a wonderful symbol of work that I did joyfully, but it's a symbol of excellence, and that means a lot to me. When Shamar Moore announced the streak is over, we were in the Garden that year. I really thought he was announcing some playoff scores, hockey, basketball, and I thought,
Right,
oh,
right.
that's nice. You know, he's telling everybody his scores.
Wait a minute.
and I didn't hear my name. Rosie O'Donnell reached over and took my evening bag, and my husband picked me up by my, elbow, and I was so afraid that I would go up by mistake after so many times of not winning.
Well, that shows the love between you and your husband. What's the secret to having that lasting marriage?
Oh, I don't think there's a secret. For us, he always had a lot of self-confidence. I liked that a lot in him. I was very attracted to that. And he always really made me laugh. He still does. Because I think being married to somebody in the public eye is not for everybody. But for him, he's handled it very easily and well, and the sense of humor has come really in handy, and that's really worked for me.
Your family values are so strong. In your TV contract, there are certain days off that you have to have for your children when they were growing up.
How did you find this out?
First day of school?
Yes,
things like
yeah,
that.
their birthdays.
Their birthdays?
First day of school.
Okay.
I thought it was really important, and fortunately, ABC was very good to me in that way.
We saw you enjoy an incredible movie.
It was a wonderful experience to work with David O. Russell. He's very creative and he's very spontaneous, focused and very intense, but he has a definite vision. I found working that way to be very liberating and playful, even though it's serious business. I just loved it. Then to get to play scenes in the presence of Jennifer Lawrence and Robert De Niro, it was a dream come true as an actress. You know, I admire them both so very much.
Your parents always told you, dream your dreams.
I remember being 5 years old, sitting on the porch with my dad and saying to me, see that moon up there, Susan? That's not too high for you to reach. You can be whatever you want to be. For a little girl to get that praise from her dad means a lot.
What's the best advice your good friend Ruth Warwick gave to you?
Ruth was glamour personified. And she had been married a number of times, and so she gave advice about men. And she had been in Orson Welles' Mercury Theater. She would talk about these wonderful times, and in the beginning, I couldn't leave the set. So I would sit there with Ruth in between scenes, and I learned a lot from her, and I enjoyed so much listening to her.
Did you base a little Erica Kane off of her?
You know, I have my own redheaded mother.
What was it like for you the first time you saw your figure in Madame Tussauds Wax Museum?
Oh my goodness, that whole thing. The Barbie doll and the Wax Museum.
The Barbie doll, yes.
Both were such incredible experiences, and I realized not that many people have that experience.
Another thing amazing for you, your star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yes,
Another
you've done your
mine
homework. That was really thrilling to me. And again, I was just so touched by the outpouring from the Hollywood community.
Is there anything else that you would like to do in your life?
Oh, I'd like to do another great role. Something I enjoy very much is celebrity autobiography. I'm at the Triad Theater in New York, and I've done it in East Hampton at Guildhall. Brooke Shields and Christy Brinkley and Tova Feldshuh, and the first time I did it, I continued to play Elizabeth Taylor and read from her autobiography. At the same time, someone is reading Eddie Fisher from his autobiography, and someone is reading from Debbie Reynolds. It's the same love triangle, but you're getting it from all their points of view.
Okay.
And Alec Baldwin played Richard Burton to my Liz Taylor. Can I tell you, he does the best Richard Burton.
Define beauty.
Oh, I think that's definitely in the eye of the beholder. There are so many wonderful forms of beauty. I remember telling my children, it's very easy to be beautiful when you're 18. By the time you're 25, who you are on the inside shows on your face.
There's room in the kitchen for you to learn how to make this week's meal at home.
Ciao Susan, welcome back to Come Prima.
Thank you, Salvatore. So good to see you.
Good to see you.
And this is my friend Lisa.
Ciao Lisa, pleasure. I'm gonna take you downstairs to Chef Alessandro. He's gonna show you how to make orecchiette, broccoli and sausage.
Sounds good.
Right this way, prego.
Thank you. We are taking you to Italy right here at Come Prima Ristorante, and it's all thanks to this guy right here. This is Chef Alex. He's going to show us how to make Susan Lucci's favorite dish, and it's orecchiette with sausage and broccoli rabe.
Yes.
Now, what part of Italy is that dish from?
Bari, it's South Italy.
Southern Italy. And where are you from?
Caserta, Castello del Matesa, a small village in South Italy.
Southern Italy.
Yes.
And how old were you when you started cooking?
14 years old because my father is cook.
Your father's a cook.
Yeah, the family like kitchen. That's why I like cook.
So it's in your blood.
Yeah, in my blood.
It's
Yeah,
in
right.
your blood.
Yeah.
Now, what do we need to make this dish?
Orecchiette pasta, garlic, broccoli rabe, sausage sweet and hot, olive oil, black pepper, sea salt, and red peppers.
So is the sweet and spicy sausage, is
Yes.
that what kind of makes this dish?
Yes, this is the perfect combination.
It sounds good. You ready?
Yes, andiamo. First, I cook the pasta for 9 minutes. Al dente I like the pasta. Now I put olive oil in the medium pan, 2 cloves of garlic.
Just crush it.
Just crush it, that's it. Put the sausage, cook a little bit. Now I put a little bit of water.
From the pasta?
Yes. Now we cut the broccoli rabe,
Cut it in small pieces.
small piece, right? Put in the sauce.
Add it to your sauce.
Yeah. Seasoning, with black pepper, sea salt, and red pepper.
To give that little spice.
Yes.
How long does it take to cook?
Now it's like 3-4 minutes, and the sauce is ready.
Perfect. And just add the pasta to it?
Just add pasta and that's it.
I can't wait to try it. Grazie.
Di nulla, buon appetito!
Grazie.
After the break, there's a seat for you at the table.
Buon appetito.
Grazie.
That's the way to start a meal.
And finish it.
And finish it. You could have picked any restaurant, Susan, but you picked here.
It's my favorite Italian restaurant in New York. It is the best burrata, the veal meatballs, which is my first introduction to Come Prima.
Thank you.
Are
First
to
day
die
ever.
for. Beet salad I have often. This is my favorite, the orecchiette.
The whole theme was about going back to the past. So what better than say come prima, like before the 50s, the 60s, where everybody was like having a great time. And the food was simple, but made with passion and love, and people just enjoyed it. To sit at the table, be able to eat and enjoy, and conversation.
Do you feel like we've lost getting together, conversations?
We did, because everybody now is on the rush. But it's very easy to go back to the past and say how mommy used to make the pasta, how mommy used to present this dish on the table, and continue the legacy.
To me, this is modern Italian. Although the black and whites are from a different time, the way they are blown up, the way they are unframed,
Just simple.
is very fresh.
But
You know, I love your fresh take
Wonderful.
on
Thank you.
everything. And the food is in the tradition of Come Prima, like before, the best.
When was the first time you came through the doors here?
Salvatore was not quite open yet.
But not ready.
Not ready.
No.
But the chef appeared magically, and these veal meatballs appeared, and we were so happy, and they were so good. And every time I come back, I've had many of these dishes that you see. Everyone is as Sal said, come prima, like before. You know, some people say, oh, yeah, it was good then, but then I went back and I was disappointed, to another restaurant, any other restaurant. This is consistently fantastic.
And you have the experience, Salvatore. You've been in this business for what, more than 30 years?
41.
41.
I'm getting my age away. That's it. 41 plus 14 is fine. No, it's a dedication. It's a passion.
Yeah.
It's something that you wanted to do over and over again. And every time you come in and you leave the place and you go back home and you say like, wow, what a great night! I pleased so many people. People were happy. The staff was happy to work. Customers were happy to be here, and you go home and you said tomorrow is not going to be another show, and then you start over again. You have to love to be with people, and you have to love the food.
Right.
And food is a tradition in Italy. People would sit hours and hours at the table and conversate and eat, but cannot be done anymore. But instead of do 6 hours, 7 hours, we do 2 good hours, and that's what we want. We want people to be happy and for the experience and come back for more.
It is packed every time we come. It's a lot of familiar faces, a lot of faces that people who are not from New York would recognize as well. But I love what you said, Sal, about starting when you were 14. I love that tradition, and I think it's mostly in Europe that anyone who wants to be in this service industry, this food industry, serves an apprenticeship.
Everything is to be done with passion, and I'm passionate what I do, and I've done it for so many years. I was trying to change a couple of years ago, and then I said, what am I doing? I have to go back to what I did for all these years. So I came back. I'm in love with the place, so I have to
so is
bring
she.
it to people. That's it.
And so this is
And I love
fantastic.
looking around. Your choice of photos, too, is so great. We see a young Grace Kelly, a young Sophia Loren, a young
Yeah.
Brigitte Bardot.
Right at this table, like Prince Albert from Monaco came in, he sat down, and all of a sudden he looks her over and he says, Mommy. And I thought he was going to ask me to take it down. I said, no, no. He said, it's wonderful. And he has this picture of his mother over there on the wall, so it's fantastic. The way that they lived was like probably the best time ever in our lifetime.
Right. You mentioned the passion in the business, and you as well, so you see that parallel.
Certainly I see it reflected in the work that Salvatore does
And
here.
taste it.
Thinking, oh my goodness, I mean, that's exactly how I feel about what I do. And both professions are very demanding in terms of your time and your attention. I remember often we would say to each other, you couldn't do this just for a paycheck. You have to do it because you love it. And the truth is, I love what I do. I feel lucky to get to do what I do. And I know that you are that way. And it shows.
Your husband's quite a chef.
Yes.
When you go out to eat, is that difficult, sitting with someone who knows everything about cuisine?
Actually, it's been wonderful. I've been eating dinner with Helmut for a long time. This is a good marriage. Helmut loves to cook and I love to eat, so that works. But if I'm going to sin, I'm going to sin with something fantastic like this, that it's worth it. That's another thing he told me. The calories are the same whether it's terrible food or really good food. This personifies beauty and glamour. And I think another hallmark of beauty and glamour is that there's ease. As in any great work of art, there's a certain ease to it. And I think Salvatore personifies that.
You mentioned getting into the business when you were 14. The business has changed since then.
The day starts very early when all the food comes in. Somebody has to be here, ready, preparing, and start to cooking. And then when it comes the actual time that the people arrive, it's like a show, but not a show in the show business.
There's showmanship, definitely.
Salvatore, what do you find most gratifying about what you do?
People come in and they leave happy. I find that the staff is happy because it's we do this with passion, and if they come back, we'll be very happy.
So it's about your guest experience.
Yes, but it's about also guests, is the experience that my staff has working together. And they go home and they say to their family, they say, you know what, I had a great day at work, I have a great boss, I have a great restaurant that I work in, we have a great production, a lot of expectation, people are happy, and everybody just thank us when they leave, and that's the most gratifying thing.
I say thank you, because this experience
You're
has
very
been
welcome.
wonderful
Oh,
for
very
me.
welcome. You're very welcome.
Too, as all the other times have been. It's spectacular.
Yes.
Food brings us happiness. I don't
Absolutely.
want to miss a meal, and especially
100%.
a great one like this.
100%.
Life is good.
We are. Well, thank you very much.
You're very
It's
welcome.
been a
Cheers.
wonderful
Salute.
experience.
Grazie.
Cheers.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, pleasure.
Make yourself at home anytime.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us on Celebrity Tastemakers, where you always have a reservation for food and fame. For complete recipes and additional clips not seen on this show, log on to celebritytastemakers.com. Until we eat again, I'm Lisa Mateo.
Erica Kane slapped many a people, many a men in her life.
And some women, yeah.
And some women, exactly. What's the secret to that?
Trust.
Of course.
Definitely trust. Motivation is very important. You don't stop acting. You make eye contact. The person who's getting slapped knows it's coming.
Right.
And you wind up with as much motivation as you have in the scene. And they look at you, you look at them so they can see what's happening, and you trust them and they trust you. And you really let them have it and you follow through, then they have to sell it. So if I was hitting you here, yeah, you have to sell it with the same velocity. And then the person who does the slapping, usually Erica Kane, has to then know too, what's he gonna do in retaliation? So in other words, you keep playing the scene. That's the main thing, and the trust.
We did it, baby!